Okay, so they're sent. There they are there, and they're experiencing. It's almost as though when we're walking along the earth, imagine a static shock going. Imagine electricity going every time something hits the earth, hits a point in the earth, or you're shooting. Imagine on the tips of your fingers, all these chakras are energies flashing as you move. Um, because we can be viewed in this way. Think about night vision, but those types of different infrared type things. Um, so what keeps us where we are, the magnetism and the core of the earth. Anytime we're anything, so all the electricity is shooting back from the center of the earth to ground. This would be like grounding to the earth. And so it's got to go through something. There's not enough oil, but our bodies, little piggies we are, have become pretty good replacement for that. So it's like having to watch, for some of you, my videos down in hell, but having to watch like the most boring, lamest YouTube channel, just stupid shit people put on the internet. Um, as you're in hell, being shocked, almost like I saw it in the screen in my head. This is one of the ways he's showing me what hell is. So I'm wondering. Oh man, I'm just telling you what happened. So I know a lot of this stuff I come across as like I feel like I'm kind of retelling the story and trying to things are kind of getting grouped as I remember them, but like I said before, everything comes in such dense chunks of information. When we were back kind of to the clock point, when we're talking about the change in the ages from Pisces into Aquarius, and I mentioned the ayahuasca. I kept calling it an ayahuasca. Again, anahata. Ayahuasca plant, and I mentioned that I heard him say a lot of the things that I see people speaking about hearing from the plants. They call the plants speaking to them. Things like you, I am you, you are all, you are love. He told me it's the first thing he said, you are beauty. And I kind of just got this download of all this ancestry of, like the symbolism of Venus and Aphrodite, and just any type of symbolism all rolled into one. And beauty in the sense of like art and, not this superficial, what we think beauty is supposed to be. But even in the smell of something, finding, beauty in mundane and in everything. Even things that seem imperfect, that kind of beauty. And then also that I'm truth and love. These came at different times, but I'm just trying to group things together. And so, yeah, it gave me this feeling of this ancestry, and speaking about the change in the ages. Just him saying like, we are the gods. We are what they have evolved into. This is what we come from. So when I'm talking about the age of Pisces into Aquarius, we talk about it being a more liberated age. sexual expression, our sexual revolution, I'm sorry. More so in the sense that, and like I mentioned, hell and some energies are recycled in this sense or vanquished. Kind of when you can change the understanding of something, you can relinquish its power of negativity. And turning, so certain things that we would be getting rid of, emotions, were lust. So in the sexual revolution, it'll just be that we're able to be ourselves, the creatures that we are, without fear of being exploited or taken advantage of or lusted after inappropriately, and fearful of our safety, these kind of things. And so the other emotions to get rid of: vanity, jealousy, lies, that kind of thing. Eventually, we're extracting these things from our consciousness. And then during this, all this stuff he had mentioned to me, like, just remember that you're not just a porn star, and this just didn't make any sense at the place in life that I was at. Then doing the cam work that I do now, God kind of trained me for that without my knowing what it was leading to. Once it was revealed to me, I was just like, okay. And it was something I could handle because I've kind of been trained for it in a subtle way. So yeah, he said to me, just remember, you're not just a porn star. And we talked about men and women, how this era is dominated by masculine energy. But if you notice, men are becoming, you see women in the workforce, it's kind of switched to where men become a little softer, but quiet about it. And women are, it's just that the roles have kind of switched. And got talking about when he wanted to end the world and how things were set up, and seeing it all, how it would have played out when it comes to, I spoke about miscarriages and stuff, and impotence in men, this lack of self-confidence that leads them to the liquid courage, and how that amplifies what they're already having issues with because of the psychological effects. And then also people dealing with, we've got hermaphrodites, or people dealing with born in a body, they feel, if they feel they're a girl and they were born with male parts, and they're having this identity crisis. These type of issues were kind of put on us, infertility, all these things, and even the way that relationships have kind of turned into men. What I can see now is so many men have been taught that there's just this unspoken law that you can have there's a wife role and a girlfriend role, and the wife is more of a motherly thing, but even a girlfriend turns into a wife. So it's just this weird illusion they live with, and all of this was implemented to create a society that isn't able to carry children. Even if they do, they aren't born in a loving bond. So this increases the cycle. So these things are turning around. But just to give you an idea, if you could step back and look at the pattern of things. So when talking about that, and he spoke about how it's a male-dominated society, even if you look back in the past, there are, you know, societies where women ruled and all these things. And it's just like, I think it's, and now it's the women's turn. But I also told you about how we are going on a continuum now. It's not going to be the same old cycle back and forth. So when he asked me, we were talking about this. It was just, to me, it just makes more sense. I see the women taking on the male role, and it just doesn't work. Because you can't be the woman anymore, and I'm not butch, and I don't think any guy I want to be with wants a butch girl. And no offense to anybody that wants it that way, but it's just, I can't be what I'm not. But men just kind of wait for the woman to do it. Makeovers sometimes. But I understand it's a sticky situation at some point. Anyway, I wrote in all that, but anyhow, so for me, it just makes sense for it to be equal. I don't think there could be a tip and balance equal for men and women, homosexual, heterosexual, any whatever race and what have you. Just makes the most sense to me. So that's what we're trying to do, is just equalize these roles and just get on a really an open level of communication, because I think that there's so much that's already there. It's just that people are so much in their minds assuming, and we're not communicating enough. But I think, these are the changes we're going towards. Figuring out this. Let's see. Curveballs. Yeah, so also stuff with the environment, and the environment's changing. All these, we're discovering so many new things, and we are able already to communicate so much quicker. And because people are shy, it doesn't stop me from being able to tell them things. I don't mind having snoops and stalkers. That's my audience. Most of them don't talk to me, but I expect that. And just I can get that out there as long as people are interested, and hopefully some of this will make more sense in your life coming in the next few years or so. You'll be like, oh, I remember this weird girl.